So we're here in this remote little settlement, and I believe this would be a perfect time to, on the countryside, to get to know our followers a little better. Maybe Barrack, who we really don't know much of anything at all, other than that his armor smells like shit. But probably there is more to him. So let's just
You look as
I
if
just
you have
speak with
something
him.
on your mind. By all means. What can I do for you?
I'd like to know more about you. I'm the line your enemies cannot cross. All the other details are meaningless, but I suspect you have some thirst for details. So ask anyway. Ask away. Did you seek the trade of war, or did it find you? Both, I suppose. I knew fighting was in my blood, and the disfavored offered me a chance to use my skills to bring peace. Otherwise, I'd wound up some brigand or enforcer or to to a crooked merchant. Merrick taps his cupboard, looking away in a thought. What the fuck, Verse? We're talking with Barrack. You think Ash and his legion bring peace? That's cute, but it doesn't hold the water from where I'm standing. Big guy, I've seen them spill as much blood as any chorus gang. Well, she's right. You're being delusional. But I'm kinda think about it the same way. I think that blood is going to be spilled either way. I'm just trying to prevent. I'm just trying to get the best outcome, the least amount of bloodshed. I'm basically creating order. You've clearly been too busy sacking villages and stealing crops to notice how a proper army conducts a war. We sow order, not discord. Same thing I was saying. I heard that the disfavored likes to butcher a lot. At least they kill everybody. The Scarlet Chorus recruits them. Oh boy. We can gain favor with one of them. But Barrack is right. The Scarlet Chorus is too chaotic to recognize order. I can see you're beginning to understand. The chorus is a useful tool to throw at one's enemy, but it grows brittle with age and it's soon replaced. The disfavored needed recruits in anticipation of the march south. They offered to care for my mother and brother as long as I stayed with the Legion, which is a better guarantee than you'll find anywhere else. That's not bad. I was an elite fighter, as far as most were concerned, though still green by disfavored standards. Luckily for everyone, my skills improved under the Iron Marshal's rigorous training. Tell me about your name. Barrack is a shortening for my northern surname, which has been passed down through generations since Graven Ash assembled his army. I go by it because I wear it with pride. The proper form is Barraconan. Yeah, that's a cool name. Beyond its age and association with the General's Legion, the name of Barraconan has no great titles or associations. I hold no claims to a great house or legacy, save for disfavored. They are all the kin I need. Oh, we really want to ask about that. What's the story with your armor?
It is a symbol of Kairos' will, one that I am not likely to forget. I found this armor. Perhaps it would be better to say that it found me during the Edict of Storms.
Did you shit your pants during the Edict of Storms? What happened during the Edict of Storms? When we heard that Kiros would proclaim the edict, we rushed into the field to battle the forces of Stalwart. I was shoulder to shoulder with some of the Legion's most decorated veterans, and my pride blinded me to the danger. Yeah, that was kinda crazy. Our march was a hasty one. A cohort of disfavored soldiers vanished in the second year of the war, among them the daughter of Graven Ash. After a long silence, we learned that she was held in the fortress of Sentinel Stand. Go on. As we surrounded the citadel, I heard the opening peals of thunder, as did the scout I was busy trying to kill. Then the winds hit like an avalanche. Many of us begged heroes for deliverance. What else we were to do? The winds knocked the legs of our offensive out from under us. All the decorated soldiers I brought to the battle were swept up and dashed to pieces, their armor and bodies mixing with dirt of a tornado that spun in maddening revolutions. Followers do give some input. Damn, that thing chooses the moment to go dry. Oh, this... and with so few survivors to recount the edict, bah. He was taking some notes. Landers shake his quill and presses it harder against a scrap of parchment, imploring it to write. A piece of the citadel wall broke off and nearly crushed my skull. I only remember a few scattered moments from the storm, like the flying bits of bronze and iron cutting my flesh, severed limbs of fallen soldiers tumbling through the air. Eventually I woke up, thinking myself trapped under rubble. When I rose and felt like I was buckling under my own weight. When I realized I was stuck, right and truly stuck, inside this heap of scrap. What happened to Ash's daughter after the edict hit? He was trapped behind the walls of the Sentinel Stand, imprisoned by Curious' storm as well as the fortress itself. 1,000 soldiers standing shoulder to shoulder. Ah, you sure love saying shoulder to shoulder. Could not have endured those winds to rescue her. How did you survive when everyone fell? That is a mystery to me as well. Did Curious hear my plea for mercy? Did this heap of scrap metal protect me, imprison me, punish me? He rubs the back of his helmet with his gauntleted hand. A pantomime of gesture his armor prohibits. It was probably dumb luck. That's it. I don't have enough fingers or toes to count the possible reasons, so I try to not dwell on them. You're genuinely stuck in there? Haven't tried taking it off? It could be just an excuse why you smell so bad. I made attempts in the past, even had one of the beast holders pull on the helmet while another pulled on my boots. The men in the phalanx have taken great pleasure in trying to find ways to liberate me. And I just tried to cut it off. In time I grew weary of the struggle. Sometimes I feared that removing the armor would be to question Curious' judgment and risk a more odious curse. Looks like a pretty solid protection. That would be an understatement. If only it protected me from the foolish questions. Varric regards you in such a way that you can tell he's rolling his eyes. Forlorn sign escapes his helmet. Do you handle your own repairs? I tried to keep the surface oiled to slow spreading rust, and I bend the plates from time to time, but repairs, maintenance, no. If you have any ideas how to better maintain this situation, I'm open to discussing them. Maybe there's a way to get him out eventually. Then fire him. Just for the... Nah, anyway, I'm not evil. Back to my questions about you. Yeah. As with all this favorite, I assume you grew up in the Northern Empire. He said it as... Oh, how is it called? I don't know. Barrack Toran? Something like that? That's right, I grew up in the Battle's Rest, and trained at Fort Resolution before they marched me out to support the second cohort. I hope to spend my rusting years in the threatened shores, unless, of course, I die in glorious battle, which would be preferable. My mother is good with all the soil, my father with rings. He spends much of his time away on one's merchant errand or another. Still, I'm lucky to say they are both alive. Think of something else. Oh, oh my. You have a lot to say. You seem like more than a capable fighter. I trained with the spears and shield in my youth, but gave it up the day I earned this favored iron. I can still throw with some accuracy, but it's a challenge these days. He knocks twice on his helmet. um, why were you? Why were you interested in a sparring lesson? I heard the rumor that Ash has an unbeatable sword fighting technique. Insufficient reputation. Nothing is unbeatable. However, I'm not of a mind to share Ash's training to an outsider. I mean, no offense. And show me how you can impale a boar. What? Take no offense from this, but I would prefer to keep my fighting techniques private for the time being, as they are personal to me as family secrets. What? I just asked you to... Whatever, man. Would you like to discuss removing your armor? He looks at you for a very long time, his expression as unreadable as ever. Well, no wonder. He has helmet
Though we are
on.
encouraged to couple and mate within the Legion, I don't consider you one of my cohorts. I think I'll decline.
What? Wasn't talking about sex, Boric. You should get your eyes checked, man.
You weren't? Forgive me, it's been some time since anyone made an advance, and I am long out of practice, as you can see. Suffice it to say, my armor and I will not be separated for the time being. When the war is over, perhaps Tunon will lend me one of his forge-bound. Until then, here I remain. My armor saved me from the destruction of Stalwart, where thousands of others lost their lives. So you can see why I continue to wear it. For the time being, we will not be separated.
Jesus, man, I just asked if you want to take it off, but I guess you want to take it off with a mage. Do you even want it removed? I would not speak of this now, Fatebinder. Please consider this topic closed. Okay. What? I want to say never mind. As your commander, I am concerned about the state of your uniform. You love that. Damn it, you're right to be concerned. My apologies that you needed to pull rank. I was wrong. It was wrong of me to withhold information. We just implied he shat his pants and didn't change it for like years. I don't need to tell you that this suit of junk is a literal pain in my ass, half broken, smelling of midden, and perpetual jabbing my side with some heroes be damned caltrop. These dusty plates may not be up to standard, but they serve the disfavored well enough on the battlefield, if only to intimidate the enemy. Better for me to endure this condition than to shrink an advantage. Considering that I wore this as I marched across the bones of Stalwart, that was my burden growing heavier with each step. I have no desire to leave it behind. It's a lesson, a reminder, and yes, a prison, but all those things make it something more. Well, he's really busy writing all of this down. It's an armor fastened in ideas. Landry mutters to himself soberly and commits a few words to his manuscript. These plates have something of me in them. They are as wicked as a bramble patch, stubborn as a fortress, and hopelessly flawed. You just have a broken piece of armor that you can't get out of. I guess it kind of works still, but it's not the best thing ever. You're just really overthinking it. At present, removing my armor is not an option. If that ever changes, I suspect that that the tears will tremble with the impact of my collapsing fortification. What a day that will be. He probably not. He already said that he's not. What does Graven Ash think of your predicament? I suspect that he doesn't. Not to besmirch the great general, he has larger matters to consider than anyone's soldier's woes. His shrug sends a pull off, debris clattering to the ground. Let's talk of something else. Let's discuss some immediate concerns. What is it you have on your mind? What do you think of our circumstances? We're just taking a nice stroll on the countryside. In the countryside. Oh yeah, the edict that kills us in a week. The edict left little room for confusion. A representative of the Overlord must breach a session hall before Kyros's Day of Swords and must assume death is the price of failure. We should assist the disfavored in their siege preparation, as only the Legion should take the Val's fortified citadel. I wouldn't wager a wooden ring on Scarlet Chorus impressing anyone but the vultures. Wow, that's fishing for compliments much? What are your thoughts about me and my deeds? Wink wink. Any reservation I have aside, your military record speaks for itself. You are Tunon's Fatebinder, and my opinions on the matter don't come into the one way or another. Let's start the drama! What do you think of our travel companions? Yeah, you can't go shoulder to shoulder with these ones, huh? I'm more accustomed to traveling in the company of soldiers, so I'm out of practice judging the worth of civilians and miscreants. Did you just call Lathria a civilian and Verse a miscreant? Or just call them both that? If you had anyone particular in mind, I will give some thought on. I will give them some thought. What do you think of Landry? I don't know how many years he has walked the face of Terratus, but he clearly knows more than he claims to, since he claims to know a great deal indeed. There is no limit to what he could be holding back. What do you think of Verse? I try not to. She's a force of chaos, an agent of the voices of Nerat. Taking her into our confidence can only lead to ruin. And yet she's a capable fighter. For the time being, I'm confident that you can trust her to serve your interests and rely on her skills on the battlefield. She may even offer some useful perspective on the war. Yeah, that's it. Still talk.
You look as if you have something on your mind. By all means, what can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the Tears? Uphill both ways and full of dumb sods. I learned some history in training and I've been here for a few years, but I'm no expert. What is your assessment of the local forces? There was a time early in the war when I would have feared the younger realms working together. Imagine that. Realms of Azure, Apex, Stalwart. We read that? The realms of Azure, Apex, Stalwart, and Haven are collectively known as the Younger Realms, and together they represent the major political factions of the Tiers. For centuries, the Younger Realms have battles amongst themselves for control of the Tiers, with every realm having been at war with each other at some point in memorable history. This lack of unified resistance allowed Kyros's armies to swiftly conquer the Tiers. Once I saw the model scope of their defense, I knew they would be easily outclassed. They couldn't even rally their best to make a competent stand. The army of the Vendrian Guard. They used to be the Queen's Royal Army of Vendrian. I guess defeat inclined them to a shorter name. We crushed them back at 429. I'm proud to say I took part in the decisive battle. You know the rest. The year after, we taught them conquer. Thousands of Vendrian oathbreakers murdered the garrison and declared themselves free of the Overlord's rule. Unbroken? Let's check them out. No, I messed up. Unbroken Legion was the proud and accomplished army of the realm of Stalwart. Citing their victories as evidence of skill, they prided themselves on never facing defeat while fighting on home soil. After the Edict of Storms tore apart Stalwart and twisted it into the brave blade grave, barely a 20th of the Unbroken's former strength survived to continue the war against Kuros's forces. The Unbroken Union of Stalwart may they rot in the decrepitude of their fallen realm, where he squeezes his gauntlet into a hard fist. Much as it pains me to admit it, in all their realms of tears, the Unbroken have been the only foe worthy to meet the disfavored in battle. The Unbroken value tradition, just as we do. Stalwart has never lost a war on their own soil, a reputation they take quite seriously. It's fortunate that Stalwart has poor relations with all its neighbors. The rest of the tiers will not come to their aid, so as bravely as they fight, their end is inevitable. Bronze Brotherhood. Oh boy. The Bronze Brotherhood is a mercenary company from the Free Cities, dotting their tiers' southern coast. Many of these mercenary companies were employed by Kuros's agents and slaughtered during the war. The Bronze Brotherhood survived thanks to their relatively safe posting at Lythion's Crossing, where the Voices of Nerat hired the company to help protect the town's forge operation. Among the most trained and dedicated warriors of the tiers, the Bronze Brotherhood have a reputation for ruthlessness and tenacity. Aggression and decisive thinking are so highly prized by the Brotherhood that the violent, enigmatic Scourge is the group's mascot, a creature that most decent folk consider the stuff of nightmares. The term brother is used for mercenaries of both genders, as the company's title harkens back to the archaic notion of living as men in Tyr's custom. This amounts to releasing all claims to the lands. To be better assure an employer that the Brotherhood won't covet the realms they pay to protect. Okay, let's hear about them. Mercenaries from the Free Cities, the chorus needed extra muscle, and you can always mint few new rings. Hard to believe that the Tearsmen turned on each other, or mere loops of metal. Yeah, that's kinda dumb. The Bronze Brotherhood worshipped the Scourges, yes, those monsters from the old walls. The mercenaries are grown adults that willingly admire magical abominations. And into that what you will. That said, it should surprise no one that the Bronze Brotherhood eventually wanted more than just rings and turned on their contract. Kuros now considers them an enemy, which is for the best. The Overlord needs a better class of combatants.
Go on,
Back to my previous questions. Younger realms. Enough about the tiers. I think we're down here for now. We'll talk later. Let's just check out this settlement. We'll talk with the others later.
I got it.
Oh. Fox! You want it?
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Either they are unaware, or they are long gone. I would be guessing the second. one, but we're actually just a 4-man group, so it's possible that they didn't see us coming or don't know that we are from the chorus camp. Where are they? Oh. As you step into the center of the village, you feel as if you are being watched from all angles. The distant patter of feet echo off the walls of the small and seemingly deserted village. No need to hide, I've no desire to fight, merely to talk. Yeah, let's start it friendly. The wooden beams on top of the rooftop to the north creaks under someone's weight. A tree rustles behind you. Wow! If you wish to hide in your homes, I'm happy to burn this place to the ground. I've come to offer redemption with the Scarlet Chorus. I'm doing my best to try to save you all. Feel free to help me with the endeavor. Voice bellows from the rooftop with a crackle. Go home to your overlord! Oh. Giving me some attitude. Hey there, Archer. Sorry, friend, but you won't be leaving here in one piece. We'll send your head back north. I want your folks to see what happens to those who invade our lands. That's just really dumb. Killing us would be really dumb. You just kill us and a whole army comes this way to kill you. I would have just hit if I were you. End conversation, I guess. Oh!
You're not going anywhere.
Okay. The fight is on. Iron tolling. Did they turn on slow mode?
Let's see what.
Maybe we should go with aggressive AI. From what I recall, the defensive AI doesn't like using skills. I don't know what is the case for aggressive AI, but I guess we'll see. Oh. Oh, he's aggressive. And activate it, of course. It's a shame they all have the same icon. Yep, let's just go here. Let's go with default. And do we need to select a... Let's just go with default. Apparently we'll use a lot. I assume the one I have selected won't use abilities. Well, Landry's getting a lot of punishment. Well, he's done. What? We better not whoop our ass. Striking iron. What's this? Oh, that's the heal. Must
On it. Can't do that.
What? Did I tell them to come here? No, I didn't. It's burning iron. That's a bow only. Apparently, knocks them prone.
I'm going down.
It does. Oh, this is really not working out as I hoped it would.
Take it. Sorry, I can't. Will do.
Is he dead? Where is he? Is he hiding? No, he was hiding. Time to kill him.
Will do. Right.
Can you use it?
Enough of this. My bedroll calls.
Flicking the bronze tip of her blade, the Scarlet Fury strolls into view with a smug smile, flanked by an entourage of soldiers. Not bad. I would have them. I've piled up the same number of corpses in half the sword's strokes, but well, where are my manners? One ought to not criticize help so generously given. She sweeps her arms wide in an exaggerated mocking bow. You have my deepest and sincerest gratitude for gutting those Vendrian pissants in my place. Now you step forward to reveal yourself. You're not a fury, you're a coward. Perhaps when you're older, you'll figure out that coward is just a word that people use to badger idiots into doing the dangerous work. By the by, well done on surviving this violent mess. How very brave of you to even try. The old breakers were but a warm-up. Step closer, I can knock that grin off your face. Yep. Well now, the Fury holds up a scared hand in protest. No need to break any bones over it. If you're friggin' pissed, take it up with Death now. It was her plan, not mine. She wets her chapped lips before continuing. Look then, I'll tell everyone how badly you slept around the old breakers, okay? You did us a real favor and you deserve to have your glory tooted. And with that she nods curtly and sheathes her blade, putting an end to the exchange. This is unfortunate. By the looks of it, we need to rest. These two are wounded. 30% max health and 15 all skills. Oh boy. Let's just save. Can we take their shit? Apparently they don't have anything. Taking the grain. Oh, they have something. Looks bad. Oh, helmet. Accuracy, deflection. Now you can wear it. Excellent! Really fashionable. Okay, what is this? What? I have it with me? I just kept it. Just maybe a little sentimental. So, I guess let's get back. Or should we rest here? I guess if we get attacked, then it's gonna be real bad. I don't want to lose the game by resting too much. Let's just rest once. Looks like we'll need to buy camping supplies as well. Okay, let's go back to the camp.